In this research paper titled SLURG, Investigating the Feasibility of Generating Synthetic Online Fallacious Discourse, the authors from the University of California, Santa Cruz, Cal Blanco, Gavin D'Souza, Hugo Lin, and Chelsea Rush explore how logical fallacies appear in online discussions, particularly on internet forums. They focus on the Ukrainian Russian conflict as a key example, where misinformation and misguided intentions are prevalent. The paper addresses the challenges of automatically detecting fallacies on social media, which often involve non-standard language that's different from more formal domains like political debates or news reports. Logical fallacies are errors in reasoning that can manipulate opinions or spread misinformation. For instance, a slippery slope fallacy might claim that if one action is taken, it will lead to a series of extreme and negative outcomes, even if there's no real evidence for that chain of events. The authors point out that fallacies are common in propaganda and can appear across various media, including social media posts, speeches, and advertisements. Detecting these is crucial for maintaining public trust and social stability, as they can sway opinions or promote agendas without relying on facts. The paper builds on previous work in misinformation detection but takes it a step further by focusing on fallacy detection. This involves identifying faulty arguments that might not always lead to false conclusions but are still invalid in their logic. For example, you could arrive at a correct answer through flawed reasoning, much like a broken clock that's right twice a day. The authors highlight that recognizing fallacies is tricky because they often depend on context or interpretation, making them hard to detect automatically. To tackle this, the researchers discuss the use of deep learning techniques, which have shown promise in spotting propaganda and misinformation. They reference a hierarchical taxonomy of fallacies developed by Helway and colleagues, which organizes fallacies into a structured system based on sociology and empirical methods. This taxonomy helps standardize how we define and label fallacies, making it easier for AI systems to identify them in text. Most existing datasets for fallacy detection are limited to formal language from sources like news articles, political debates, or reasoning exercises. However, online discourse on forums is more casual, diverse, and full of slang, which these datasets don't fully capture. To address this gap, the authors introduce their method called Shady Linguistic Utterance Replication-Generation, or SLURG. This approach uses large language models, specifically DEEPHERMES3 Mistral 24B, to generate synthetic fallacious comments that mimic the style of real online forums. The process involves training the language model to replicate the syntactic patterns and vocabulary of actual forum discussions. They found that by using high-quality few-shot prompts, where the model is given a few examples to learn from, it can effectively mimic the diversity and informality of online language. This synthetic data could help improve fallacy detection systems by providing more realistic training examples, especially for topics like the Ukrainian Russian conflict, where discussions are rife with manipulation. In their experiments, the authors analyzed how well the generated comments matched real data. They discovered that the language model not only copied the structure of sentences but also captured the nuances of vocabulary used in informal settings. This suggests that LLMs can be a powerful tool for creating datasets that bridge the gap between formal and informal language, ultimately enhancing the accuracy of automatic fallacy detection. The paper emphasizes that as misinformation continues to grow online, tools like SLURG are essential for developing robust systems to identify and counteract fallacious reasoning. By generating synthetic data, researchers can train models to handle the complexities of real-world social media interactions, where language is unpredictable and context is key. This work contributes to broader efforts in natural language processing to promote more reliable information ecosystems and reduce the impact of propaganda.